Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Voice Vault, where the voices that don't get heard, right? That's what we doing, right? So today's topic is basically, why do people want to be a part of the glory and not the story, right? That's what we trying to figure out, right? Why do people want to be a part of the glory and not the story? Meaning, a lot of people, they see the ending of your story, the glory of it, that you succeeded in life or whatever you had to do in life, right? But they don't see the struggles that you've been through just to get there, right? So a lot of people want to be a part of the glory and not the story, right? People just want to benefit from your success and your hard work. And I don't think that that's cool, right? I think that enough is enough of people piggybacking and riding off of um, people who, been doing it um, and taking a struggle and working hard at it. And then you want to wait till I get all the way to the end to tell somebody that this is what you did for me in those times, right? So even if you invested with me or, you wasn't with me in the beginning, right? But you did a little bit and then, I let you come in and maybe invest with me, on that um a journey to success, right? Now, what happens is a lot of people they don't want to do what you did to help you get there. They just want to glorify the ending of it, right? Because they don't want to be a part of the story of you, you're struggling and you can't pay your bills and, nobody's giving you nothing. And, you working hard every day to try to get up and strive, and you going through so much in life, right? Just to try to get to this next level. And then, right, you're gonna have somebody that comes say, okay, you done did all of this work, right? And now that you done did all of this work and put this work in, now I don't want no part of it, right? Or I do want a part of it, right? And that's what I mean by people wanna, be a part of the glory and not the story, right? Because, how you gonna let me work this hard? I got up every day, right? It's 24 hours in a day. I'm getting up 25/8 putting in this work, right? And then you want to come along and say, oh, at the ending of it, after I done made, the sacrifices, ladies and gentlemen, the sacrifices that everybody got to make, right? To get to that level of success and get to that glory, right? But what happens is people only seeing it from their aspect of it is that, oh, I helped you do this and I helped you do that, when you didn't help me do nothing, right? Or even if you did, you didn't put in the hard work. Granted, if you did and you put in the hard work with somebody that, let's say, or you went from the bottom, I'm talking about sandbox, right, to sleeping in, squalor sometimes, not literally, but, sleeping on couches and things like that to try to succeed in your dreams. Because let's be clear here. Shout out to the people who want to do a 9 to 5 and those things. I have a lot of, I've done it myself. But me, I'm an entrepreneur, right? And a lot of people look at me and say, how did you get there? Right? They say, how did you get there? And then you're going to have people that say, well, he can't do this, or somebody helped him do that, or some people that's just not going to believe in you, right? Those are the naysayers, and that's okay, because I feel like you got to get more no's than yes. Excuse me. You got to get more no's than yes in society, right? And that's just trial and error, and trying to get the understanding of what you trying to achieve in life. But for somebody to come along and say, all right, now that you done put all of this work in and I watch you sleep couch to couch, I watched you get up and grind every day, go 10 to 16 hours. Sometimes I got to put in a day for my companies. I own a lot. And it takes time to get up every day. I get up at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning to start my days because that's the only way. I do believe that the early bird gets the worm, right? I'm a firm believer in that, right? And if you build it, it will come, right? A lot of people going to say you can't do this. A lot of people going to say they did this for you. A lot of people gonna say they did that for you. A lot of people gonna act like they support you. We already know those people, the ones that act like they support you, right? Because there's three types of people, right? The ones who know, right? The ones who think they know, right? And the ones that don't know a mother effing thing, man. And that's how it is, right? So that's in society, you're gonna go through that, and that's what you gotta deal with in life, and that's okay, right? But my problem is for somebody to work so hard, right? And get up every day and strive every day to be great. And then for you to come along, right? Even if you be an investor or just do a partnership with them in any aspect of it when it comes to that. But at the end of it, right? So I don't like the fact that people have watched me, and people out there might feel the same way, ladies and gentlemen. I know you have, excuse me. People will watch you struggle. Like, people will watch you struggle, and they won't say nothing, and they won't help you to do nothing. They will not do nothing. People don't care what you're going through until you get to that success, right? And then everybody want to come out of nowhere, right? That's when you get the friends that you ain't seen in years, and you getting extra meals and extra texts, right? And extra calls, right? Because they know, to benefit, in their life is to mooch off of yours, right? And try to climb off your success that you're doing, right? Shout out to all the successful entrepreneurs that's doing it, that's waking up every day. We wake up every day to go get it, y'all. Every day. Shout out to them. Shout out to us. And shout out to the haters too, right? Because we need them too, right? Because them the ones that didn't believe in we can do it, right? But God did, right? And that's okay. But my thing about the segment today on Voice Vault, right? This segment is about, people that watch you go through these things through the story, and they don't want no part of it. But soon as you get to that glory part of your life, they come, right? Here they come. These are the ones that want to say, oh, you owe me from when 10 years ago when I gave you a shot at such and such that really didn't benefit you, right? Because you wouldn't be in the situation you was in had somebody gave you that chance, right? Right? And then you have the people that want to stand next to you, right? They want to be standing next to something great so that can help their egos and build their ego, right? We can't allow that no more. Enough is enough, right? And I want you to know, don't feel sorry for your success, right? Don't be sorry for your glory. Glorify that. That's what you work hard for, right? That's what you going so hard for. You. That's what you going hard for. For you, not for everybody else, right? You getting up every day. Steve Jobs said, how can people know what they want if they never even seen it? A lot of the times we don't get to see that glory. We don't get to see that light at the end of the tunnel. Man, and I done been through it, to not see that light. But boy, I'm going to tell you, the top feels so much better than the bottom, but the top get lonely too. It does, but you can't bring fake friends with you. Excuse me. Fake friends can't get no love, right? So you got to watch out for these type of people, ladies and gentlemen. Because today, I woke up and it's like, I told you guys, every day I wake up, the first thing I do is, check my bank accounts and make sure my businesses is, heading in the right direction, for success, right? And then you have the people that, because I'm successful, or the things that I do or have done, right, to make it to these heights that I've made it to and still climbing, right? Because nobody's perfect and I'm still hungry for success, right? When are you going to say enough is enough? You can't come along with me. Everybody can't come along with you. And I just want you to understand this, right? I want to speak this to the culture as well. Everybody can't come with you, man, when you succeeding in life. I'm telling you, that journey is long, it's hard. But let me tell you something. When you reach that first million, right, in business, as I've done, the second or the third million, I'm going to be honest, it's a little bit easier than the first time. Because you went through your trials and your tribulations, right, of the first time, and just going through, life, expectancies and the hardships, and I'm just here to tell you, you can win. Don't let nobody have it to where they taking accountability or something to your success. That's what I'm saying. Like, how can someone come say, okay, I did this, and you did this, and because you did this, you owe me, because that's how it goes. A lot of times, how it go is, somebody come from out of nowhere, or maybe a disgruntled employee or a disgruntled partner, right? Because there's a lot of partnerships that don't work out, right? And that's why I tell y'all to make sure it's in black and white, and make sure you get with a partner that's just as hungry as you, right? Because I wake up hungry. If my team is not as hungry as me, that is a problem, right? Because then that reflects on me and what I'm trying to teach them. So I wake up every day in a different attitude to strive for the greatness, to show them alone, we can't do it. You want to go far, you got to go with somebody, you got to go with a team, right? You want to go fast, you're going to go alone, right? I'm going to say it to you again. You want to go fast, you're going to go alone. You want to go far, you got to go with a team. Yeah, a team. Because, ain't no I in team. And ain't no big I's and little U's when it comes to that, right? And when it's equal like that, then you say that's what we did, and you have the glory, right? Together though, right? Or whatever it may be. If we separate on business and you go your way and I go my way and we both become successful, kudos to everybody. Everything is a Hakuna Matata. Everything is good. There is no issues. I'm just here to tell you guys, like, people that want to just, deal with the glory and not the story, right? You got to watch out for them people. You got to watch out for them type of people, because it could be in your family. It could be your friends, right? Your loved ones. Man, I've spoken to people that struggle, and I watched them go to success, and then next thing you know, here come the child support, or here come the the ex-wife, or here come the business partner that wasn't doing nothing, right? And me watching the Steve Jobs movie, to understand that and to know that sometimes you just can't care what people think about you, and stuff like that. You can't, right? Because some people will literally crash out, and they don't care if they take you with them, right? So this is what I'm saying, where the fact that you don't work so hard and you put in all of this work, right? And then you get up there and then you giving people stuff, and you gotta watch who you give, and you gotta watch who you feed, because you mess around and you be fattening up and feeding the enemy, right? Because it's a such thing as frenemies, right? Let's be clear here, right? And I done been through a lot of them, and I'm quite sure you guys have as well, right? So that's what I wanted this topic to be about, is the fact of, hey, you got to this glory part in your life, this glorious part in your life, that you struggled and you hit this pinnacle, right? And then when you come outside or you around your people, they not acting the same no more. They asking you how big your house is, right? They asking you what friends you be around, right? They asking the jeweler if you didn't even know your jeweler. They asking them how much you spending, right? They want to find all these things about you just to get next to you, because they wasn't a part of your story, and they trying to be a part of the glory. Don't let them be a part of that glory, man. So I feel like this, right? If you wasn't a part of my story or the story of others, you have no right to go say that you gonna be a part of their glory. Just because you family or friends, that don't mean that you can reap the benefits of what they put into this hard work that we are putting into every day. Every day, you're going to tell me that you was a part of this, and you get the benefit from the ending of what I just did. So you didn't sleep on the floors, right? You didn't sleep on the couches. You didn't sleep in the shelters if that's what you had to do. You didn't sleep in your car, right? You ain't sleep in that car with me, right? You ain't do these type of things with these people that, hunkered down, slept in their cars and did all type of things. That's unspeakable to get to success, right? Man, shout out to you guys that is working hard, man, and nonstop, whether you have a 9 to 5 or whether you're an entrepreneur or whatever it is, right? Shout out to y'all, right? But to my entrepreneurs, right? Specifically to you guys, which is us, don't feel bad, for your success. Don't feel bad when you got to come around family and friends and you looking like, you know what I'm saying? You looking like something that people don't understand, right? Or they want to get to. Because guess what? When you gave them that chance, they ain't want to be a part of it. They ain't want to be a part of it. They looked at you like you was crazy, right? They told you couldn't do it. They put their fears off on you, right? And I don't care whether you coming back from, drug addiction, hardships in life, losing family members. I want you to understand, stay strong, right? I see you, right? Keep working hard. Don't let nobody tell you or benefit from the struggles that you've been through to get to the top. Don't let nobody dictate the way you enjoy your glory, right? You have your money, you made it, you spend it. But save too. Yeah, make sure you save too, right? Because we ain't trying to be spending up everything, right? It's just like I tell my people, you know what I'm saying? You can't be spending up everything, right? I mean, it's okay to, make money, but to save money is better, right? Because it's not about how much you making and how much you spent on jewelry, right? It's about how much you keep at the end of the day. And that's what separate entrepreneurs from everyone else. Because we got to get up every day, y'all. Every day. I can't get up. I don't work a 9 to 5, right? So for me, I got to get up 10 to 16 hours a day if that's what it takes, right? And if it takes 3-4 years, I can't give up. I can't, right? I can't give up, right? Who gonna do it for you? Nobody gonna do it for me. Nobody gonna pay my bills. Nobody gonna pay my rent, right? And I can't hang on the corner no more. I can't go back to, those times, right? When you had to survive, right? And that's all I'm gonna say about that, But people will put a stigma on you when you come through their doors sometimes, right? It's like that girl, that guy, or that girl used to do this, or used to do that, or such and such, right? Right? Before you even shake someone's hand, somebody who, know the old you, wanna be so quick to try to pull you down because they ain't achieving the goals and the success you are achieving. Don't let them win. You understand? You are here for a reason, and you are here to celebrate your glory. So continue to be glorious, right? Continue to be glorious. That's all I'm going to tell you guys, right? And that's what it is for today, right? And that's what it is for our show for today, for, the glory and not the story. Don't let the people that haven't been a part of your story dictate and try to celebrate your glory with you. If you want to bring somebody with you, to the top with you, cool. You know what I'm saying? But don't feel like you're obligated, to what's the name, to give someone, right? Because guess what? And don't be stressed about it because you didn't help them out because all they're going to do is spend the money anyway, and they're going to come back with hands out after you give it to them, right? So I just want to leave you guys with this, right? And understand this, right? A lion doesn't lose sleep over sheep, right? I'm going to say that again. A lion does not lose sleep over sheep. This is another episode of Voice Vote. And you guys, I'm your host. And you guys be safe out there and enjoy your glory. Don't let nobody say anything or dictate your life. Thank you guys, and God bless.